Hello and welcome to In the Know. I'm your host, David Minors. There has been much discussion about the decision to further expand the Tuckers Point Resort. Here to explain the Bermuda government's position is the Honorable Patrice Minors, Minister of Business, Development, and Tourism. Hello, Minister.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Okay. So let's just get started. The announcement that Tuckers Point will be joining the Rosewood brand is very exciting news. From a tourism perspective, can you tell us a little bit about the benefits of Rosewood being a part of this hotel?
Well, many will know that the Tuckers Point has been, since 35 years, the first hotel of this great luxury. And the fact of the opportunity to have Rosewood, a five-star brand, being associated with it is definitely a good plug and a benefit to Bermuda as a whole. Rosewood has only about 20 properties worldwide, and there's a great opportunity for Bermuda to be promoted in their efforts to secure guests and visitors to come to the island. So there's a great value to that.
So the Rosewood brand is a part of a larger entity, or is it just its individual entity?
No, it's a larger entity.
Okay.
Throughout the world, it's a five-star brand. They most recently had an article, actually a promo ad in the Wall Street Journal, and unfortunately, we hadn't formalized our sign-off as yet and missed the opportunity to be promoted.
Okay. There's been considerable discussion regarding the actual development of Tuckers Point. Please, for a brief second, share with us your view of the importance of the project going forward. Why is it so important for Bermuda?
It's important for our tourism product. We can all accept that our tourism product has been struggling. Bermuda tourism is that other pillar of our economy and has been faltering for many years. Mm-hmm. This is an opportunity for us to gain momentum, gain some strength, and I think we have to, accepting that the challenges that might go with it and the opposition that may be there for it, it's in the best interest of Bermuda and its people that we make every opportunity to enhance our tourism product, enhance our tourism industry, encourage Bermudians to get into it. With this SDO, with its passage, there will be the inclusion of additional hotel rooms. Therefore, we will have an increase of our beds available in Bermuda. So it has an overall great benefit to Bermuda and its tourism industry.
So not only do we get more beds, but we will probably need more individuals working inside the industry.
Most definitely. And then I'm constantly trying to encourage. This morning, I actually was listening to an interview with Carla Lacey, the CEO of the Bermuda hospitality industry, where she was saying that there are great things happening within that initiative or that program to encourage Bermudians back into the industry. And that's what we need to do. We need to encourage our young people, accepting the fact that business development and international business is a well-oiled machinery, and many young people flock to that industry. We need to encourage the same to the tourism industry. We want that pillar of the economy to be just as strong as the international business, and they can't exist without a reliance on one another. So if we can encourage and provide opportunities for our Bermudians to get back into that industry, I think we would see the great benefit of it as the years go on.
Wonderful. If there was one critical message you wanted to leave with those who are watching, who are not completely sure why this project should move forward and is in true international and national importance, what would you want to say to them?
It is significant in that our economy relies on it, as I just mentioned. The international business sector is a strong pillar of our economy. The tourism industry is not been doing what it can be doing. We need to move forward with this SDO for the mere reason of improving this industry. We can't exist just with one economy, and that being international business. The tourism industry needs to get back up to that characteristic of strength, and so that they can coexist, so there will be of great benefit to Bermuda as we go forward.
Are there any other initiatives that are coming out of the ministry that would be beneficial, excuse me, to us as Bermudians? I'm not asking you to give us your entire hand for the year,
and
but what
I will say is that there are lots of naysayers out there saying that our tourism industry is faltering, and because of what's happening with another hotel property, no one's interested to come to Bermuda. That is further from the truth. I have quite regularly been meeting with potential hotel developers that see great potential in Bermuda and wish to come here and redevelop existing properties. And with that, you can't help but be encouraged and hopeful that this injection, this shot of the arm, which I see the Rosewood and the SDO bringing, is going to have great impact as we go forward. So I see a turnaround of our tourism industry.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister, for being here.
Thank you.
We're going to be right back with Minister Roban. We'll be right back here on In the Know.
Sustainable development is described in Wikipedia as a pattern of resource that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Beginning in the 1970s, sustainability became a catchword to address the fact that we live on a planet of finite resources that need to be carefully managed if human beings are to survive. Since the 70s, the term has been expanded to include everything from fighting crime to saving the whales. The simple explanation is that there are three pillars of sustainable development: economic, environmental, and social. Economic sustainability refers to a system that preserves the wealth of a society. Environmental sustainability ties together concern for nature's capacity and human consumption. Social sustainability is the quest to preserve human and cultural resources. Social sustainability is the quest to preserve human and cultural resources. In other words, proponents of sustainability say sustainable development is the way for human beings to save their own lives.
Welcome back to In the Know. I'm your host, David Minors. Joining me now is the Minister of Environment, Planning, and Infrastructure Strategy, the Honorable Walter Roban. Hello, Minister.
Hello.
Wonderful to have you here, sir.
Glad to be here.
Okay, so first off, for all of the lay people, what is an SDO, and how is government managing this SDO differently than others in the past?
An SDO is what is formerly known as a Special Development Order. It's provided for in the Development and Planning Act of 1974, specifically Section 15, for the minister to provide for a permission for development for certain types of projects which is determined are of strategic and national priority and importance. Okay. And also that could not be approved through the normal planning procedure.
Okay. So how is this SDO different from other SDOs in the past?
Well, firstly, we are tabling it in the legislature for parliamentary scrutiny, which is different from what has been done in the past, so that there can be full debate on its particular details. It's clearly of national importance, and also it will allow for wider commentary around an issue that we feel is very sensitive and very important to the country. It's further development of tourism and for the viability of a very important property.
Okay, completely makes sense to me. Explain why your ministry is in full support of the SDO.
Because we want to support this particular property, Tuckers Point, in light of the issues that it faces. But also, we know that the actual order, which is the SDO, has very particular criteria in it and will ensure the best possible development that can be done on that property from a conservation standpoint, from an environmental standpoint, and ultimately will contribute to the economic prosperity of that property. It will save jobs and certainly will ensure that what's done at the Tuckers Point area is in the best interest of the country. So we've crafted it in that way. We've had the assistance of a number of government departments, the Sustainable Development Unit, the Department of Conservation Services, and of course the Planning Department, to make sure that these elements were in this particular document and order.
And that would be a little bit different from other SDOs that have been done in the past, where it's simply just going and we've had it and then people find out about it afterwards.
Exactly.
It's a full area of transparency in this one.
That's what we are looking to accomplish with this particular order, is open debate, transparency to the public, and also to show that these orders don't need to be seen as being things that endanger the environment or endanger us preserving what's natural about Bermuda, but actually can assist with ensuring that we do protect our economic interests, but also protect our environment. Because ultimately, you know, our people and our environment must be able to be prosperous and to be protected. So we have to protect our jobs, but also we must protect the environment. And those type of orders can be used to do both those things.
Okay. Now we talked about the environmentalists and their opposition. How would you respond to their claims that, of course, this SDO would have a negative impact on the area and on Bermuda as a whole?
I think we all have concerns about the environment and ensuring that it is preserved. We have very limited green space. We have a very sensitive ecosystem here in Bermuda, so development of certain types can jeopardize the preservation of certain uniqueness about our country. And so I respect their willingness to come out and defend that interest. It's important to all of us. But at the same time, the government has a wider priority. It must ensure that our people are also protected, that their jobs are in ways preserved as best we can, and that we bring about investment in Bermuda that ensures Bermudian quality of life and prosperity. So this particular effort that we're making is to ensure all those things. And we respect the position of the environmental groups that are out there, because they are important to our system of certainly ensuring government recognizes its responsibility, but also that the people are aware of what needs to be done to protect Bermuda. But we think that we can work together in this, and that we all have an interest in ensuring that Bermuda is prosperous for its people and that we protect the environment.
Okay. What measures were taken to ensure that the proposed development at Tuckers Point would not detrimentally enhance or encroach protected species in the cave? Because I didn't even know that there were caves near that particular area. What steps have been taken to ensure that we don't completely destroy those areas?